Why is it that, no matter how confident we are, peer pressure can sneak up on us and make us question ourselves? It's not just teenagers who deal with it. Adults face peer pressure too, in subtle but impactful ways. Whether it's trying to fit in with a group of friends, saying yes to something you're uncomfortable with, or feeling the weight of others' expectations, we've all been there. The good news? You stand your ground without losing yourself or your relationships. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how to handle peer pressure like a pro, so you'll walk away feeling stronger, more confident, and more in control of your choices. By the end of this video, you'll have practical strategies to own your decisions without second-guessing yourself no matter the situation. Peer pressure isn't just a high school issue. It follows us into adulthood. It can show up in social circles, workplaces, and even in relationships. Whether it's being pressured to party when you really want to focus on your goals, or being nudged to engage in something that just doesn't align with your values, the struggle is real. But what's at the core of peer pressure? Often it's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of missing out, or fear of judgment. We want to belong, and that's a normal human need. But we need to remember that standing your ground doesn't mean pushing people away. It's about being true to yourself while navigating social dynamics with confidence and grace. Let's jump into the first key strategy to help you handle this with ease. The foundation of standing your ground is knowing what you stand for. Your values are the internal compass that guides your decisions. Without a clear sense of what's important to you, peer pressure can easily sway your choices. Think of it like this. When your values are solid, you have an internal framework to lean on when outside pressure tries to knock you off course. Let's say you've committed to living a healthy lifestyle, eating well, exercising, and prioritizing your physical and mental well-being. Now, picture yourself in a social setting where everyone's encouraging you to skip the gym, eat junk food, or engage in behaviors that go against your health goals. If your value is health, your decision becomes easier because you're rooted in that. It's not about rejecting your friends, but about staying aligned with what matters to you. Take time to write down your top 5 values. These could be anything from honesty, growth, or discipline to creativity, family, or spirituality. When you're clear on your values, every decision you make is an opportunity to strengthen your integrity. The more you practice, the stronger your resolve becomes. We often hear about the importance of boundaries, but what does that actually look like when dealing with peer pressure? Boundaries are a reflection of your values in action. They're the invisible lines that define what's acceptable for you and what isn't. And here's the key. Healthy boundaries are. You don't have to explain them to others. You just need to honor them. If one of your boundaries is that you don't engage in gossip because it doesn't feel right to you, then when your friends start talking negatively about someone, you can excuse yourself from the conversation. You don't have to make a scene or lecture anyone, just quietly remove yourself. Over time, people will respect your boundaries, and you'll feel more confident in maintaining them. Remember, boundaries are there to protect your energy and keep you aligned with your goals. When you uphold them, you're not just saying no to what you don't want. You're saying yes to yourself. We've all been there. Someone asks you to do something and you feel that hesitation. Saying no is hard, especially when you don't want to disappoint or let others down. But here's the thing. Saying no can actually strengthen your relationships. Why? Because people will see that you're honest, that you respect yourself, and that you're not just going along with something for the sake of it. Imagine your friends want to go out late, but you've got an important meeting or class the next morning. You might feel that pressure to go along with the group, but deep down, you know it's not the right choice for you. In this situation, a simple, "No thanks, I have something important tomorrow," is enough. When you say it confidently, without hesitation, people respected. You're showing that you're prioritizing your own well-being, and that's something others can admire. It's also important to realize that saying no isn't about rejecting someone. It's about choosing what's right for you. And when you choose yourself, that's a win. We all need people who lift us up. Surrounding yourself with individuals who respect your values and boundaries can make all the difference when it comes to dealing with peer pressure. The truth is, you can't always avoid people who push your boundaries, but you can make sure you're spending more time with those who support and uplift you. Studies show that people with strong social support systems are not only happier, but more resilient when facing external pressures. Ask yourself, are the people around you encouraging your growth, or are they pulling you away from your goals? If it's the latter, it may be time to reevaluate who's in your inner circle. Supportive friends will encourage your boundaries and respect your decisions, even if they don't always agree. These are the people you want in your corner when things get tough. What about you? Have you ever been in a situation where peer pressure got the best of you and you wished you'd handled it differently? Or maybe you've got your own strategies for standing your ground? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences, and let's keep this conversation going. One of the most powerful things you can do when faced with peer pressure is to pause. Often we feel like we need to make a decision immediately, especially when the pressure is on. But taking a moment, even just a few seconds, gives you the space to assess the situation and think about what's really best for you. For example, if someone is pushing you to do something that doesn't sit well with you, instead of reacting immediately, say, "Let me think about it." This simple phrase buys you time, and it also shows that you're someone who thinks before acting. You'll feel more in control, and others will recognize that you're not someone who can be easily swayed. Taking a moment to pause is like hitting the reset button. It allows you to check in with yourself, reflect on your values, and make a decision that feels right for you, not one based on pressure or expectation. Here's a powerful tip that will help you resist peer pressure in the moment. Visualize the consequences of your actions. Often, when we're caught in the heat of the moment, we focus on the short term, what feels good right now, or how to avoid awkwardness. But if you can mentally fast forward and consider the long-term consequences of giving in, it becomes a lot easier to make the right choice. Let's say you're tempted to skip a study session to hang out with friends. In the moment, it might seem like no big deal. But if you pause and visualize the impact this decision will have on your grades, your future, and even your stress levels later on, the decision becomes much clearer. This mental exercise allows you to shift your focus from short-term gratification to long-term success. Visualizing the outcomes helps you stay connected to your bigger goals. It's a powerful tool that puts you back in the driver's seat. Here's the final point, and it's a big one. Standing your ground takes practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Every time you say no or set a boundary, you're reinforcing that muscle. You're training yourself to handle pressure with grace and confidence. Start small. The next time someone asks you to do something minor that you're not interested in, whether it's watching a TV show you don't care for or going to an event that doesn't excite you, say no. These small moments build your confidence and make it easier to handle the bigger pressures when they come. Over time, you'll start to notice a shift. Standing your ground will feel less like a challenge and more like second nature. You'll not only feel more confident in your decisions, but others will start to respect you for your authenticity. Dealing with peer pressure isn't about being rigid or cutting people off. It's about finding balance. It's about choosing what's right for you, without feeling guilty or isolated. And remember, standing your ground is a skill that will benefit you in all areas of life, from friendships and work to the decisions you make for yourself. So, take these tips with you. Know your values, set clear boundaries, practice saying no, Surround yourself with supportive people and give yourself the time to reflect before making decisions. When you do, you'll find that peer pressure loses its power over you. You'll be in control of your choices, and that is where real confidence comes from. If this video helped you feel more confident in standing your ground, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more content that helps you live life on your terms. What's your biggest takeaway from today's video? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you.